All right, this is a special meeting of the Board of Trustees of Copperas Cove Independent School District, and it's being held August 31st, 2025 at 5 p.m. in our boardroom. And we have citizens' comments first. No one signed up. And the item that we're going to take care of is to consider and take action on the adoption of the proposed budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year.
Members of the board, we have went through board workshop. We have provided this information, and then you've gotten a little reprieve for even extra time to review it and ask questions, which some of you have absolutely done. And I want to make this today, because this is a Sunday, absolutely tailored to your needs. And so if you have questions, or if you need a representation, or questions, anything, we'll be glad to do it. I would just point out that, first and foremost, that this budget has, in my opinion, improved the financial standing of the district. As you see there in the red, $358,661 has definitely put us in a better financial standing. And it's something that we will have to continue to work on, because next year's budget will be the one that's even a little more trickier and harder to do. So, but what is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I move we accept the budget as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Wilbur, a second by Mr. Downing. Any questions, discussion?
Well, just an overall discussion, and I'm gonna, second the fact that this is a great improvement on years past, right? And the fact you can see a lot of dedication, hard work across the board. I just want to point out, why is that evident? I mean, the fact that we've got other local revenue of almost $2.6 million, which really affects the overall ability for the district to meet the resources and requirements and the needs of our students and our staff. I think that needs to be stated as a fact that, the hard work and thoroughness of the staff, reaching this, objective across the board. The fact that in the last 2 years, we've had projected deficits of millions of dollars, right? Millions, and we're less than 400,000 across the board. I've already talked about the community service. I'm not going to belabor on that. That's going to future. My only question is, agreement on 8 September for discussion for amending the budget regarding category 4.
So we've had your request, and Tim seconded, and so we'll get that on there for discussion on Tuesday. I'm sorry, it has to be posted by 5 on Tuesday, so
Yeah.
Monica and I will work to get that added in there.
I'll be on the 8th regular meeting.
Yes, sir.
And
Budget workshop.
Budget workshop.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, appreciate the fact that, we're going to look at life cycle replacement of the vehicles, right? As mentioned, we're going to be investing in sedans. So
Should be, Jim, there should be some some execution of expenditures on the 8th agenda, correct?
Yes, sir.
absolutely. That's all for me. Thank you.
I appreciate the work that the staff put in. I know it's not easy to look at this budget time of year, but we appreciate the work and the things that you've done to try to make sure that we're fiscally responsible.
Well, thank y'all. Thanks everyone. It takes everyone to get to this point. And, I'd like to say that there was some small hills ahead. There's some large mountains ahead. And I think that when you got good people, you can conquer those mountains. I spent over an hour today on a legislative Zoom with Representative Buckley. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this session shakes out. There are budget implications for this year, next year, and up to the next 3 years on the items that we discussed. But I do think this Representative Buckley is working hard to try to take steps, and obviously professional opinion, there's some people that's holding public ed hostage. And I think he is, as chair of the Public Ed Committee for the House, he's doing the best job he can with the cards he's dealt. And we'll just have to see how the politics shake out. But
So politicians are pandering to special interests, is that what you're saying?
well,
Surprise, surprise.
yeah, you know, I'd like to say not, but you know, when you got House Bill 8 and you've got a STAR test that's out there that's very unpopular with parents, we just went through a big phase of parent choice, parent choice.
Yep.
I guarantee you, if you put every parent in the state of Texas to vote on the STAR test, it would be, yeah, it would be 90% swayed one way. But yet, we've got a Senate that doesn't feel that way. And I get it, there's a lot of money on the line in that regard. So there's budget implications. I mean, you don't shift assessments or curriculum and not have an impact on what Amanda does and what our teachers do in the classroom.
Well, a lot of that has to do with testing companies.
Sure.
And
Millions
that
of
they try to
dollars
put on.
of contracts.
Right.
Thank you, Cliff. We know you worked long and hard on this.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I always have to give a shout out, when I first came on the board, I know y'all probably don't like to hear history, but you know, it just amazes me, the Child Nutrition Services
Oh,
Fund
yeah.
that we have, that stays in the black all the time. When I first came on, it was probably the boondoggle of the district. And it was hundreds of thousands of dollars in the red, year after year after year after year. And so this is just, you know, it's fantastic. And so I give them kudos, like I said. And thank you, Dr. Hawkins, for, like Jeff said, bringing this so close to an even budget. I for one hate those deficit budgets, and I think we all did. Even though we got them up and it ended up working out,
Right.
it's still, I just don't feel comfortable starting.
Not a good way to
the year,
put
You
no,
don't-
with that.
You don't run your household that way.
Not at all.
And I think the
No.
taxpayers expect us to not run our $93 million business that way.
Like Jeff said, in the past, we've been millions of dollars
Oh, sure.
deficit.
Just
And
last year.
it's, when I texted Hawk about this budget, I say, if I remember correctly, when we first started the budget process, it was 6 million, the deficit when we saw the projected. And then to see this one, when we got it last week, and look, it says, wow, 300,000, that's all we're gonna take out of fund balance? Wow, that is a big difference. And it's due to the staff's work and getting to this budget. This is probably the best one we've seen in the past
And leadership
6
matters.
years or so.
Yes.
Leadership matters.
And I do think that the current budget that we're in will be a whole lot more palatable than, you know, what we thought too, just because of trying to control spending and impact aid and all of those things to roll together. Because at the end of the day, we want fund balance used for what it's assigned for, not to have to operate on.
Right.
And so I think we've made a tremendous step. And if y'all wanted to amend the motion, you could pull the buses out and then pull them out of fund balance, but that's an account employee. And I think this is a whole lot more transparent than what we're trying to do.
Okay, call the question, Madam President.
All right. We have a motion by Mr. Wilburn, a second by Mr. Gannon. All those in favor, we'll start with Sherry and go around the table.
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, that motion carries, and none were opposed.
I voted for Ken.
So, at this time, we'll adjourn our meeting, and it is 5:09. Oh, I'm sorry.
5:10.
5:10.